All right, so I think it's safe to say I'm not gonna be a YouTube star. Not that I want to be one, but the channel hasn't generated a whole lot of revenue for the charity. So what I'm gonna do, what I'm gonna pledge, is anything that's made, I'm gonna double it from here on out. But I was also thinking, I just hit 1,500 miles, so I'm curious what people think and what they might guess as far as what date I'm gonna summit Mount Katahdin. So another way just to generate more donations from me for the charity. If you want to comment on this video, whatever you guess as far as date you think I'm gonna reach Mount Katahdin, for all of those that are correct, I'll donate $10. So if there's 5 comments with the correct date, that's $50 I'm gonna give to the charity. So just comment below on what date you think I'm gonna summit. More to come. All right, good morning, everyone. Hopefully I can do this before it starts downpouring on me, because it's expected all day today. But I just wanted to take a minute to let everyone know about the next 6 videos that I'm going to do involving the next 6 OSI fallen heroes. So on 21 December of 2015, our former OSI general deemed it the darkest day in OSI history. On that day, a suicide bomber outside of Bagram Air Base in Parwan Province was on a motorcycle and detonated himself right in the middle of an OSI outside the wire mission. Upon doing so, he claimed the lives of 6 of OSI's best. 4 of them were agents, 2 of them were security forces, tactical security element members, and he also wounded various others that were a part of that mission. So we call this group the Hustler 6. That was the unit there at Bagram Air Base in Afghanistan. I was deployed to the same unit just a few years prior to this incident, so it's near and dear to my heart. I was thinking about it earlier. I can't believe it's been 6 years. It still seems like it's so fresh, and that, it just happened the other day. You may have seen the band that I'm wearing on my wrist. This represents the Hustler 6 with all of their names. I don't have it on now, but the ball cap that I'm usually wearing, that's Task Force Crimson, and that is the same unit. So at some point, the unit switched from being called Hustler 6 to Task Force Crimson. But again, I think a lot of people in the command who are current agents or just currently assigned to OSI, this was definitely a difficult thing to deal with, happening very recent. It's kind of like how everyone remembers where they were on 9/11. I can definitely remember where I was when I got the call and found out what happened to 6 of our own. So I'm still going to do one video for each of the Hustler 6, but I just wanted to let you all know that these were the circumstances for the next 6 individuals that I'm going to do videos on, and we refer to them as the Hustler 6. Okay guys, so now that you know what the Hustler 6 is and the circumstances surrounding 21 December of 2015, this video is all about and dedicated to Staff Sergeant Luis Bonacasa. So only 2 days after Sergeant Bonacasa graduated high school in New York, he enlisted in the United States Air Force. This was in 2002. He graduated from Newfield High School in New York. and later met his wife while in the Air Force. So I think I spoke about this previously, but many of OSI's fallen that I've talked about were part of a very small footprint. We used to operate overseas in a contingency location with a very small footprint. So it may have been 1 or 2 agents in a nondescript vehicle and traveling, blending in. And after we started seeing how the enemy operated and their TTPs and whatnot, we adjusted our TTPs, and from that we gathered that we needed a bigger security element, and we adapted what we called the tactical security element. So when we would do outside the wire missions to gather threat information on the bases and really anything that impacted the theater of operations, we would roll out outside the wire, usually, and then an element that we called the tactical security element, so TSE. Usually these would be individuals from security forces in the Air Force that were trained in tactics and how to respond to incidents and whatnot to protect the overall mission that was occurring outside the wire. I'm telling you all of this because Staff Sergeant Bonacasa was a security forces member, and he was part of that tactical security element for the Hustler 6 and that mission in Parwan province. So I can tell you when I deployed to Afghanistan, I actually went to the TSE tactical security element training at Fort Dix, and I'll be completely honest with you, I was very skeptical on how this could work, because a lot of what we do in OSI, we tend to think we do behind the scenes, we do with a smaller footprint. We don't want to have everyone knowing what we're doing. I just didn't know how it was going to work, going into villages and stuff like that. But it didn't take me long when I got over there to realize how valuable individuals like Sergeant Bonacasa and these TSE members were to our mission, and how safer I felt going outside the wire, knowing that these professionals were there to help protect me and the entire mission. So Sergeant Bonacasa's mom said that he was a son of integrity and a proud soldier of the United States. She said that when he was 17 years old, he told her, "Mom, I want to be a soldier." After he graduated high school, he was then assigned to the 105th Security Forces Squadron at the Stewart Air National Guard Base in New York. Sergeant Bonacasa left behind not only his mother Diana, but a 5-year-old daughter and a sister Raquel and his brother Vincent. So I got to speak or exchange communications with the operations superintendent at Hustler 6 at the time, and he sent some thoughts on Sergeant Bonacasa, who they referred to him as Bones. So I'll refer to him as Special Agent Henry because he's still a active agent, but he remembered Bones as being one of the hardest working individuals that he ever worked with, and Bones was always preparing, and he referred to him as the guardian angel of the team when they went outside the wire. So if you don't know, when we're deployed, it is a grueling schedule. I remember when I was there, it was not abnormal to be working 14 to 16 hours every day. What Agent Henry mentioned about Bones was it wasn't just enough to work the normal hours and plan for these missions that we had. Bones found the time to make the camp better for everyone, and he would work on certain things like carpentry or other things to just make the unit better for everyone, which is something that definitely stood out to him. So I'm probably going to get more comments from other people that knew Bones, that were deployed with him. I'm just waiting on some of the comments to come back, and I'll include them in future videos. But that's what I have on Sergeant Bonacasa at this point. After the incident, the OSI general made him an honorary special agent, so he was given, and his family was given an OSI special agent badge, and he was made an honorary special agent. So please keep him and his family and friends in your thoughts and prayers. Sergeant Bonacasa, till Valhalla, you will not be forgotten. Leaving Bear Mountain. All right, morning everyone, back on the trail. I think going into town last night for the second night was a good choice with the severe weather. There were pockets that had 70-mile-an-hour winds, so I'm glad I wasn't out here for that. Very muggy today from all the rain. There's a deli about 12 miles up the road, so that's motivating me to get there by lunch. I don't know how much I'll do today, maybe 20, and then 20 plus tomorrow will put me into Kent, but I'm not sure I want to stay there because it's Memorial Day weekend and it's already pretty expensive there, so we'll see what happens. Other than that, I'm solo again. Grumpy Cat and Sundance are about 18 miles behind me, and then Yak Track, Pneumonia, and Whisper about 18 ahead of me, so we'll see what happens. More to come. So this is probably the best part of hiking the AT in New York and New Jersey, is hitting delis like this. Yet another awesome New York deli. In fact, I got 2 sandwiches. I can one out. just came off the trail, which is right there. Found this campsite. It's right next to the shelter. Pitch my tent right there. So I'm feeling a little lethargic. I'm not sure what's going on because I stopped for a sandwich at the deli at like 13 miles. I would have thought I would have had more energy, but I'm stopping at 15 for the day. I actually walked 17 or close to 18 because I got turned around and I walked the wrong direction on the AT for about 3/4 of a mile without realizing it. So first time that's happened. I need to pay attention a little bit more, I guess. Feel like an idiot. But plan now is stay here for the night, and then it's supposed to rain tomorrow afternoon, but I'm going to try and get 20 plus in for tomorrow, which would leave me single digit miles to get into Kent. I was going to stay the night in Kent, but it's extremely expensive and it's Memorial Day weekend, but they have public showers there and a laundromat and a charging station. So I think what I'm going to do is just do all my chores, resupply, recharge, laundromat, public shower, and then get back on the trail the same day, just later in the day, and press on. That's the plan for now. Things usually change like 5 times though in my head, so we'll see what actually happens. More to come. All right, so previously I've been able to hike 12 miles before 12, and then another day I hit 11 miles before 11. Today I just hit 10 miles right at 10. But actually it was 9:58, so I had 2 minutes to spare. Wasn't my fastest 10 miles. In fact, I think I did it 20 minutes faster before, but got a really early start today at 6. So was able to get 10 at 10. I don't think I'm gonna get 9 by 9. That's really way too early to start. Alright, well, so long, New York. I'm gonna miss your delis. Alright, that's officially 9 states down, 5 to go. Moving along, more to come. Alright, so it's only 1500, 3 o'clock. So it's pretty early, but I'm pretty much at camp for the day. I just did just under 22 miles for the day. So ordinarily I would press on. There's a spot that's close to 30 miles away, but a storm is coming and there's no way I can make it there before the storm hits. Just gonna play it safe. This campsite has a bear box and it's right by the river. You can't hear it already. So it'll be nice white noise. We'll get set up before the rain hits. And then it'll be a short 7 miles into Kent, Connecticut. I'll show you camp once I get there. Alright, didn't get to see camp because shortly after I set up camp, it rained last night and it did not stop until about 5 minutes ago. Well, it still kind of is actually, but it was pouring all night. Luckily I stayed dry. Another guy at camp wasn't so lucky. I saw him pouring out his tent and his sleeping bag was just soaked. So I felt kind of bad for him, but 8 miles from Kent, I'm gonna get to Kent, and I was gonna stay there, but I think what I'm gonna do is just use the public outdoor showers, head to the laundromat, and then get a quick resupply and then get back on the trail the same day. I haven't done that since I've been on trail, but it's pretty expensive there, Memorial Day crowds. My sleep pad is being sent to Great Barrington, which is about 50 miles up the trail. I'm a little worried that it's not going to get there in time, but it's getting pretty miserable having to blow it up. Now it's like every 30 minutes, so I'm not getting sleep at all. Other than that, more to come. It's cold. Alright, I've made it to the Kent Welcome Center. It's still pouring. It's been raining now 16 hours straight. Got my stuff under the overhang there. And a few of my things charging. Showers around back. You probably can't read it, but it says 4 minutes, $2, quarters only. And I have $3.75 in quarters, so I need to go find a quarter or get some cash somewhere. I need to find the laundromat too. It's been a miserable day so far. Alright, leaving Kent, Connecticut. I got a 4-minute shower with no soap. Really, it was just to thaw out my fingers because they were hypothermic. Did get to eat in town and do laundry. The rain has let up, but it's going to start again at 3 a.m. and the temperatures are not going to get out of the 40s, so I'm a little worried about tomorrow. It's just going to be cold. I thought I was done with this, but I guess not. And trying to push to Great Barrington in a couple days, where I should probably get some new shoes. I'll have a package waiting on me with the sleeping pad. Other than that, Kent is a really cool town, but it's extremely expensive for anyone that's considering coming here. Pushing 7 more miles to the day, hopefully, to the next shelter. I don't know if I'm going to stay in the shelter or pitch my tent. The tent is still soaking wet, but my tent gives me a couple more degrees warmth, so we'll see. More to come. Holy cow, I was not expecting this. This is about 6 miles after Kent. Huge, sharp decline through these rocks. And it was not fun due to all the rain and everything being so slick. I'm the only one here. Wind's kind of picking up. Not supposed to start raining until 2 in the morning. And I had some choices to make. So my original plan was, I stopped in Kent today to do laundry and take that awesome 4-minute shower for $2 outside. And then got a quick resupply. But the weather tomorrow is even worse than today. I mean, like horrendous. It's like 46 degrees, 100% rain all day, and it is not letting up until Monday morning. So I'm in an area that really there isn't a whole lot of lodging options, unless you want to pay like $300 or $250 a night for like a high-end inn. And some of these quaint towns are pretty cool, but just not something a thru hiker really wants to do, especially being gross and wet and everything like that. But I did find a motel that's only 3 miles from here, and I gave them my name and number for a reservation, and I think I'm gonna do that. I was also considering just hunkering down and staying in my tent all day tomorrow, but with my sleep pad that is not staying inflated, I think that would be a very long 24 hours of continuing to blow up my sleep pad every 15 to 20 minutes and endure the wind and the cold and everything like that. So I think I'm leaning towards just going to the motel tomorrow. It's 3 miles, so it's pretty much a zero. I'll hopefully have a roof over my head and it'll be warm, and then I can make up time and miles the next 2 days. So that's the plan right now, as long as I survive tonight. More to come. So far in these northern states, I run across these stone walls quite frequently. They're really cool, but this is taking a lot of work for whoever does them. It just makes me wonder how old they are and how long ago they were put up. Wish I had more info to tell you guys. Guys. Hi, baby. Hi. Okay, now you can't really tell from this, but this is probably the worst motel I've ever stayed in. $110, but it's the best worst motel I've ever stayed in, and I'm very grateful that I'm here today because it has been raining non-stop, and it's very cold outside. It's giving me warmth, and I've dried my stuff out. Seen a lot of hikers today, including Rapture showed up, but this is what it's been like all day. And it's not supposed to stop until I think 10 or 11 tomorrow. So well worth. I guess it's not technically a zero because I hiked 4 miles today, but it's pretty much a zero, which I'm perfectly fine with. More to come. Well, the AT is across this river, and this is definitely impassable. So I have no idea what I'm supposed to do. Alright, left Cornwall Bridge Motel this morning. Got dropped back off at the trailhead where I left. About 0.2 of a mile down the trail was that river that you just saw, and it is impassable. So I'm backtracking and taking the road to bypass it. There was a sign there saying that it's impassable during heavy rain, which we definitely had over the past 24 hours, so I'm not going to risk it. All right, well, that added a good mile onto the day just with that reroute, but I'm by myself. I probably could have made the river crossing, but decided to play it safe. If I would have slipped and fell, no one's around to know, so decided to do the reroute. Just a quick message to everyone. It's Memorial Day, so I'm going to be thinking obviously about the 16 that I'm hiking for, but really just everyone that wore the uniform and paid the ultimate sacrifice. So hope you all have a great Memorial Day and take the time to think about the fallen. This morning I woke up and had a message from Special Agent Mandy. I'll withhold her last name, but she is currently in Afghanistan as the commander of a unit out there, and I'll include her message here. Hopefully it works with the editing, but I'll add that right now.
Hi Greg, hi from Bagram. We're just doing a little 6-miler instead of the 17,000 miles that you're doing, but we're really glad that you're doing what you're doing in honor of our fallen, and we hope the rest of the trail is really great for you. And yeah, so I don't know if you can see it. Go Hustler 6. Wait, where is it? All right, adios.
Where's your mama? Huh? Where's your mama? You tired? Hopefully you're not hurt. Hi. Hi. Alright, I'm finally out of the loud noise from that speedway that you just saw. So apparently that's Lime Rock Speedway. I've been listening to it for the better part of 3 hours now. It's not very pleasant, but it was cool to see that opening in the tree line, to look down and see the race going on. I've never been to a race, but I can't imagine being that close to the cars because it was loud and I'm pretty far away. So I have about 6 more miles to go to put me at around 18 for the day. The The location I'm going is not ideal. From what I read, it's about a half mile off the trail to get to the shelter camping area. And it's down very steep rocks, which is just not ideal right now because it rained so much and rocks are slick. But I really don't have any other option because in Connecticut you have to camp at designated spots. So my choices were either a really long day or a really short day or this. So I'm going for this. We'll see how it goes. More to come. Pretty sure that's bear scat. Alright, we just got to Limestone Spring Shelter. Nice little area. It has these platforms for tents, but I don't have the right stakes for them, so I don't know if I'm breaking the rules or not. But and with my sleeping pad being deflated every 20 minutes, I don't really feel like sleeping on a wooden board, so I'm set up there right next to the creek. The sun has finally made an appearance, which is nice, but it's nice and cool. Unfortunately, the mosquitoes are out. 2 other people here, haven't met them yet. Just finished cooking, but I went over and met a lady from Massachusetts. This is her first solo backpacking trip. Went over to say hi to her dog, but he's overly protective. And you see my tent to the left, and the dog just keeping an eye on me. Pretty funny. Alright, climbing out of camp on this half-mile Blue Blaze trail. I know you can't see it, but it's straight up. You see the Blue Blaze. That's straight down. Very steep section, but not as bad as they made it seem. $1,500, officially under 700 to go. Alright, I'm about 7 miles in for the day, so got about 10 left. Just got to the shelter area, and I'm actually gonna stop, put my feet up, and have some lunch. Pretty cool shelter area, nice view. I'm the only one here now. I was just chatting with 2 Army vets over here, but really nice view. I'm gonna do my tortilla, pepperoni, peanut butter. I might do them all separate this time instead of combining them all.
We'll see.
We got our windows down, driving down the 405, sing along to the radio. We're gonna make it someday, nothing's gonna get in our way. We will be the biggest band in town. Round and round the world we'll go, putting on the greatest show. So make sure that you don't miss out, just be there. We're taking our shot, bring what you got. We're going all the way to the top. We will hear the sound of 1 million people screaming our names when we're backstage. We'll play loud, surfing the crowd. Everybody's jumping around. Yeah, that's the place where I wanna be. Going on stage, headline on a Saturday night. Oh, 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 Saturday night.
Alright, crossing the river. Hope I don't fall in. Alright, made it across. Didn't even get wet.
And that means I'm about to cross into Massachusetts. So long, Connecticut. That's 10 down, 4 to go. Here we go. Alright, so I think it's safe to say I'm not going to be a YouTube star. Not that I want to be one, but the channel hasn't generated a whole lot of revenue for the charity. So what I'm going to do, what I'm going to pledge is anything that's made, I'm going to double it from here on out. But I was also thinking, I just hit 1,500 miles, so I'm curious what people think and what they might guess as far as what date I'm going to summit Mount Katahdin. So another way just to generate more donations from me for the charity. If you want to comment on this video, whatever you guess as far as date you think I'm going to reach Mount Katahdin, for all of those that are correct, I'll donate $10. So if there's 5 comments with the correct date, that's $50 I'm going to give to the charity. So just comment below on what date you think I'm going to summit. More to come.
Headline on a Saturday night. Oh, 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 Saturday night. Oh, oh, we got our windows down, driving down the 405, sing along to the radio. We're gonna make it someday, nothing's gonna get in our way. We will be the biggest band in town. Round and round the world we'll go, putting on the greatest show. So make sure that you don't miss out, just be there. We're taking our shot, bring what you got.
All right, heading into Great Barrington, Massachusetts in a few miles. So hopefully I'll have a sleep pad, some new shoes, and last box from the wife for this journey. So that's going to do it for this video. Thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for supporting the charity. Please keep Sergeant Bonacasa and his family and friends in your thoughts and prayers. Happy trails, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.
more to
have
come.
no bars. I just wanna play my rock and roll like they do on the radio. Tommy's got brand new drums, and I still have my old guitar. And John said this next song's gonna be real good if you know what.